Do you want to improve your digestion? Well, I've got something that you should be taking for every single meal. Hello, my successful and healthy earthlings. Mihaela Ragushi, a naturopath and fan of Natural Health Podcast. In this episode today, you're going to learn just how to look after your digestion and optimize it. I'm going to talk to you about signs of weak digestion, the special herb that's going to help your digestion and should be taken before each meal, and then 3 tips to optimize your digestion. At the end of this episode, I'm going to give you an opportunity to join our health and success oriented community by clicking below and joining a Natural Health newsletter. Welcome to the Natural Health Podcast, where we bring awareness of sustainable health in the business hustle space. Natural Health Podcast is perfect for the high-performing, business-minded individuals who want to work with their biochemistry to optimize their health and success. It's Mondays with Mihaela. That's right, me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Absolutely love, and appreciate your support. I'm so thankful that you're here on Mondays. I'm here to provide you with simple, savvy, and sustainable health hacks to optimize your health. And in today's episode, we're talking about digestion. That's right, a lot of us suffer from digestive issues, if that is reflux, bloating, or flatulence. Whatever that looks like for you, I'm here to tell you how you're able to resolve it. But first, before we get into that, let's have a look at signs of weak digestions. It's always interesting because I always have a lot of people coming up to me and saying, "Hey, I think my digestion's really bad." And I say, well, what does that look like for you? And every single person answers differently. There are some common ones like bloating and flatulence, but some are not so common and everyone experiences it very differently. So we need our digestion to function at an optimal level. For if our digestion is not functioning at an optimal level, we are unable to absorb the minerals, the vitamins, all those goodies that we need from the food that we're eating. So a lot of people say, I eat such a good diet, but I'm still fatigued. I eat such a good diet, but I'm still bloated. Maybe because your digestion is not on point. Maybe because your digestion is taking all of your energy and therefore you're fatigued. So some of the signs of a weak digestion include reflux, bloating, insomnia, bad breath, food intolerances, IBS, constipation, diarrhea, or even changes going from constipation to diarrhea and constantly changing, having too many bowel movements, not having enough bowel movements, skin issues, weight gain, or even weight loss, feeling sluggish and fatigued after eating, fatigue overall, mood disorders, anxiety, depression. The list goes on and on and on. It's absolutely key for our digestion to be optimal because we need all those essential minerals, vitamins, nutrients from our food to be able to survive and live. For our cells to function at an absolutely optimal level, we need our digestion to be on point to be able to intake all of those mineral and vitamins that we deserve to have, right? So to optimize your digestion has been a task that has been so challenging for so many individuals and so burdening for some individuals because it's a big thing to do. And some people have lost hope, but I'm here to tell you, don't lose hope. There is this one thing that you can do and take before every single meal that is going to assist you. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the special herb to help your digestion. And let's get the drum roll happening. The special herb is gentian. That's right, I hope I pronounced that right. The Latin botanical name is Gentian lutea. What an absolutely amazing herb. It has not only helped me overcome a lot of digestive issues, it has helped a number of individuals that I know overcome digestive issues. But what is it? Let's look into it. The gentians are an extensive group of plants. There's about 180 species of them throughout all climates, mostly in temperature regions and high mountains. The Adriatic in South America and New Zealand, the prevalent colors of the flower is red. In Europe, it's blue, so-called also yellowing and white being the rare occurrence. The name is derived from Gentius, an ancient king of Illyria, 180 to 163 BC, who, according to Plintley and Dioscorides, discovered the medicinal values of these plants. During the Middle Ages, gentian was commonly employed as an antidote to poison. And he also mentions that there's Tragus in 1552. He mentions this and he says, the famous German father of natural healing, Sebastian Knepp, praised gentian highly and gave the main effects of this herb as strengthening and supportive to stomach secretion and strengthening to the nerves. How beautiful is that? And us understanding the gut brain axis, I can understand what he's saying by strengthening the nerves but also strengthening the stomach. How beautiful is this, that this was known hundreds and hundreds of years ago, right? But how does it work? So you've got digestive issues and I'm here telling you to take gentian, but what does that look like and how does it work? Well, gentian in itself contains some of the most bitter substances. It's so funny because if you talk to anyone that I've given gentian to, they're like, Mahela, you are killing me. Because it is so bitter. And we have forgotten what bitter tastes like because these days we don't really have many bitter things that we eat. It's mainly sweet. It's overpowered our sweet palate. So when we put something bitter in our mouth, it's like, poor. That's exactly what happens when you put gentian under your tongue or on your tongue in your mouth. It's exactly what happens. It just goes like, it just does that, like a crazy little thing in your mouth, right? And that comes from the glycines, gentaperstins and amargogentins. These are the substitutes that make it so bitter. The taste of these can be detected even when diluted 50,000 times. So you can just understand how bitter this is. It's one of the most useful bitter vegetable tonics, especially used in treating exhaustion and general deliberation from chronic diseases. It's really interesting because this has been used for so many years, hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, and it's not widely known about. But I want to place some light onto this beautiful herb. It's also used for treating weaknesses of the digestive organs and stimulating appetite. So for the elderly who are not so hungry, or individuals who have chronic diseases and are not so hungry, gentian's given to them and they get their appetite back, which is absolutely amazing because it helps secrete saliva in the mouth, but also helps secrete stomach acid in the stomach, and it also protects the liver. How amazing is that? If this came in a pill, everyone would be jumping on it, right? It also purifies the blood and it's an excellent aid at treating problems of the liver, spleen, and also helps with jaundice. This is amazing. It's also been historically known to help indigestion, heartburn, and stomach aches. It increases the circulation. It can also benefit some female organs. It also has been shown to help with fevers, colds, and also gout and convulsions. So interesting, so many things. But today we're talking about digestion itself. So let's have a look back at digestion 101. What needs to occur for a digestion to happen is our body needs to know that food's coming. But if we put something sweet in our mouth, our body's not prepared. There's no signal sent for secrete stomach acid. There's no signal sent out, right? But if we put this bitter thing on our tongue, on our receptors, it sends little signals to our stomach, to our body saying, hey, produce those enzymes because food is coming. Hey, produce those protective enzymes because we need to protect everything in our body. Food's about to come. We need to take these minerals and vitamins out of this food for this human to survive. Everyone get ready. It's exactly what happens when you put gentian in your mouth. It's absolutely amazing. The bitterness, I wouldn't say it's amazing, but hey, sometimes you have to overcome this bitterness to be able to secrete the right enzymes that your body deserves, right? There can be some side effects with gentian, and that can include irritation to the digestive system, such as if people have ulcers. It can also decrease blood pressure. It can also affect your blood sugar, potentially leading to weakness or even fainting. It's also always recommended with any herbs or supplements that I talk about that you talk to your healthcare professional or anyone that you're working with that understands this herb, so you can understand the benefits but also the side effects that may come with it, right? But so the way you do it is, the way I work with it is, you have it in a dropper, you put it under your tongue before breakfast, before lunch, and before dinner, and you allow it to sit in your mouth. No, it's not the nicest feeling because it's very, very bitter, but it is going to secrete that saliva to start digestion. It's going to secrete the HCl to start breaking down the food that comes in there to provide the building blocks of everything that we need in our body. It's going to start doing all of those beautiful things in our body to start eating our food and digesting the way it's supposed to be digesting. And it's interesting because if you start digesting the way it's supposed to be digesting, you will see your energy go up. You will see your moods go up. Your immune system may increase. There's so many things that are going to happen because you're finally feeding your body. Your body is able to finally take in the minerals, vitamins, and nutrients that it's supposed to be to live the way it's supposed to be. So your cells are able to function. All because of Jen Chen. So now you can kind of understand why I absolutely love Jen Chen. So let's look at 3 tips to improve your digestion. Number 1 is slow down. Take a deep breath before you eat. Absolutely necessary. Number 2, slow down. Breath before eating. So number 2 is breathing before eating. So slow down, sit down, and then take breaths before eating. And then while you're taking the breath, put the Jen Chen under your tongue. A few drops, according to your healthcare professional. It's been recommended to you. Sit there with it, and then start eating your food. So if everyone did that, if everyone stopped, slowed down, took a few deep breaths, and then put some Jen Chen under their tongue before food, things would change. Your digestion would change. People's moods, productivity, everything else would change. So there you have it. Talk to anyone not to anyone, talk to a healthcare professional, ask him about Jen Chen, if it is right for you, and if it is, jump on it, because this is something that could cause so many beneficial domino effects to your digestion, to your mood, to everything that you may be having issues with your digestion. There you have it. If you know someone that would love this episode, share it with them. Share Jen Chen around. They may love you, they may not. After they taste it, they may not like you as much, but getting the results, they will love you. And if you want to be notified of amazing specials and bonuses and episodes like this, make sure you join the Natural Health Podcast newsletter by clicking the link below. Specials sent straight into your inbox every Friday. What a blessing. And do what you do best. Love, like, share the Natural Health Podcast. And remember, the missing link between failure and success is your health. Content and information provided here is opinion of Mahela Raguse and is for information purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. It is not intended to provide medical advice or take the place of medical advice or any current treatment you're undertaking. Consult your own medical professionals for any medical issues that you may be having. This entire disclaimer also applies to any guests or contributors to the Natural Health Podcast. It is advised that you consult your doctor or healthcare professional in relation to any health concerns you may be having. Mahela Raguse does not take responsibility for any health consequences which occur from a person listening, viewing, or reading this content. And in the circumstances shall the Natural Podcast, Mahela Raguse, any guests or contributors to the Natural Podcast, or any employees, associates, or affiliates of Mahela Raguse be responsible for damages arising from the information provided on the Natural Podcast. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as medical advice to treat any medical conditions in either yourself or others. Please note, if you're taking prescription, do not stop your medication or start a new protocol, including but not limited to supplements, diet, lifestyle changes without consulting a doctor or healthcare professional. If you or any person has a medical concern, you should consult with your healthcare provider or seek other professional medical advice. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something that you have read or heard on the Natural Podcast or in any linked materials. If you think you may have a medical emergency, call your doctor or emergency services immediately. Neither Mahela Raguse nor the publisher of this content takes responsibility for the possible health consequences of any person or persons reading or listening or following the information in the educational content.